Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're having a great start of this week, and welcome to this new video right here on Solana. We're going to do a full update. Obviously, yesterday we had fundamental de-escalation and fundamental recovery in the markets, which was also very beneficial for Solana. Look, I wanted Solana to drop down a little bit lower to fill my limits, but ultimately I'm happy to see this. Solana at this point of time, as some of you know if you watch these videos regularly, which by the way, if you're new to the channel, if you're interested in Solana updates like 3-4 times a week, consider subscribing. But no, I mean, fundamentally I'm a huge fan of Solana, so I'll quickly repeat why. It's not necessarily, well, it's also partially based on the technicals. The technicals come into play. And by the way, we'll take a look at the technicals in a moment, so let me quickly make sure that everything is ready for that. But it's partially based on the technicals, but mainly on the fundamentals. All right, I'm fundamentally of the opinion that Solana is undervalued, right, and that's mainly based upon what I see from the network statistics. The network statistics are growing; they're great. The DEX trading volumes are very high. Now these don't seem to be 100% accurate, but at least in relation to the DEX trading volumes we've had in the last couple of months, they're pretty good. And the total value locked, if you compare to last year, is good as well. And then the technicals come into play in that, the prices right now of Solana are at the exact same level as last year, while the fundamentals are much, much better, right? We haven't even spoken about the ETF yet, which is coming, but there's no new update on that I can give you. So far we found some bottom right here at around 125, 126. We actually front ran the value area low. I mean, we spoke about this level quite often in previous videos when the price was still down here, right? And I did a video on Friday, Saturday last week that, when we broke down here, that was the most likely area to fall down into. Very strong reaction so far, but obviously, like we had a decent reaction to that support level in general. But then the real momentum came after, when we had fundamental de-escalation. So that means for Solana right now, technically we've actually done quite well, but because here on the 12-hour time frame, my apologies, we managed to break back above the POC, the point of control. So that does matter, and you can also see price tends to move from balance to balance, and you can see that we have been able. Well, that's not the balance that I wanted. And you can see that we have been able to, at least, well, no, that's actually not true. We're not back into this balance, but like I said, we're doing our best to get back into this brief balance right here. I think we're actually pretty close to getting back into this balance right here. Yeah, so we had some balance right here in the first 3 weeks of June. We are getting back into that. You can see we broke above the value area low. So technically Solana is doing very well, but fundamentally, or at least those technicals are still very reliant on the fundamentals, right? So I'm doing this analysis based on the assumption that the fundamentals will stay relatively stable. But if we see de-escalation again, or if we get some other bearish news, like we will be able to drop down back to those previous lows, maybe even lower, depends on what the news is, if we get that news. But at this point of time, solid price action, recovery back into the balance we were in the beginning of June. We have some imbalances here to the downsides, and that's also what you can see right here, right? You have quite a lot of fair value gaps here, and there's also some single prints, but so far single prints have been reacted to very, very well. So it's possible that we spike down here, like as long as, I would say, as long as we keep closing above 138, so we actually have quite a lot of, quite a lot of a buffer zone here. As long as we keep closing above 138, I think it's most likely, and I do think that's most likely, by the way, that we will get back into balance. Now, do I think we're going to rally up higher and we're going to break out of this balance? No, that's not like how previous summers have been, and that's also, I don't see the momentum for that coming into Solana just yet, right? So a bit of a pullback short term into more recovery, into more stability midterm, medium term is what I would say is most likely on Solana right now, and that is what you need to know. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all in my next videos, and bye.